Somewhere behind a wall of concrete, a lake is waiting. It does nothing, it just sits, held high above a river. And yet, inside all that stillness, there is enough power to light a city. No fuel, no fire, only water and the patience of gravity. Today, we slice the dam open and follow a single drop on its long fall, from the quiet surface at the top all the way to the wires that reach your home. Start at the top with the reservoir. This is just a giant, held-back lake, sometimes many miles long. Lift water up high, and you store energy in it, the same way lifting a weight stores energy in your arm. The dam's only job here is simple: hold the water still and hold it high. Every ton sitting up there is a kind of battery, charged for free by rain, by melting snow, and by the slow work of the river upstream. Nothing moves yet. The energy is patient. Now look down. The distance from the lake's surface to the bottom of the dam is called the head. The taller the head, the harder gravity pulls, and the higher the water pressure grows at the base. Picture diving to the deep end of a pool and feeling your ears squeeze. Same idea, but far, far stronger. At the foot of a tall dam, the water shoves outward with crushing force, straining to escape. We have not spent the energy yet. We have only aimed it straight down. Near the base sits a gate, and behind it a deep opening called the intake. For now the gate is shut, holding back all that pressure. When the operators want power, the gate lifts. Water does not trickle through. It lunges, pushed by the weight of the entire lake above it. A heavy screen guards the mouth, straining out fish, logs, and drifting debris, so only clean water moves on. One gate, one choice. With that lift, the lake begins to pour into the heart of the dam. Beyond the gate, the water enters a vast steel pipe called the Penstock. Think of a fire hose as wide as a hallway, tilted steeply downhill. As the water rushes lower, it trades height for speed, falling faster and faster inside the pipe. The walls are thick for a reason. The pressure in here would burst ordinary metal like paper. By the time the flow reaches the bottom, it has become a tight, roaring jet, fast and heavy, carrying the whole lake's stored energy toward one spinning machine. That machine is the turbine, and it is the moment everything turns. The jet slams into curved blades, shaped like cupped hands, set in a ring around a wheel. The water cannot help but shove them sideways as it rushes past and falls away. The whole wheel spins, smooth and enormous, sometimes as big as a room. This is the great handoff. The straight fall of the water becomes round, turning motion. The river's push is now a heavy shaft, rotating fast, ready to be turned into something new. Bolted to the top of that turbine shaft is the generator. Spin the turbine, and you spin the generator with it, turn for turn. Inside sits the real magic of the whole dam, a quiet trick of physics that needs no flame and burns nothing at all. To understand it, we have to shrink down, past the steel and the noise, to the level of magnets and copper, because the river itself is no longer the point. From here on, what matters is a moving magnet, and the wire it sweeps past. Here is the heart of it. Move a magnet past a coil of copper wire, and the wire suddenly pushes electricity along itself. Nothing touches the wire. The moving magnetic field alone makes the current begin to flow. It is called induction, and it is how nearly all of our power is born. The generator sweeps giant magnets past thousands of tightly wound coils, over and over, many times every second. Each pass shoves the electrons forward. The spinning never stops, so the current never stops either. Because the magnets spin in circles, the push flips back and forth, first one way, then the other. That back and forth is called alternating current, or AC, the very kind that runs your home. The generator is tuned so the flip happens exactly 60 times each second in much of the world, and 50 times in the rest. Stay on the beat, and every dam on the network spins in step, like a huge choir all holding one steady note. Out of the machine pours a smooth river of electricity. But this fresh current is the wrong shape for the journey ahead. Push it down hundreds of miles of wire as it is, and much of it leaks away as wasted heat. So it meets a transformer. The transformer trades pressure for ease, raising the voltage to hundreds of thousands of volts while lowering the flow. High voltage slips through long lines with far less loss. It is the same energy, simply repackaged for travel, the way you would pack light and tight before a very long trip. Now it leaves home. The current climbs onto tall towers and races across the land as part of the grid, the great web that ties power plants to distant cities. And the dam has one last gift: it is fast. If a region suddenly needs more, operators simply open the gates a little wider, and within seconds, more water falls, more turbines spin, and more power flows. A dam is not only a generator, it is a giant dial, turning a whole lake up and down on demand. So follow the whole fall once more. A high reservoir stores energy as held back water. Height becomes pressure. An intake gate opens, and the penstock turns that fall into a roaring jet. The jet spins a turbine. The turbine spins a generator, where moving magnets push current into copper, making alternating current. A transformer then raises the voltage, and the grid carries it across the land to your wall. Rain, lifted up by the sun, falls through one machine and comes back out as light. No smoke, no fuel, no fire, just water, falling exactly where we tell it to. Everything you saw began as rain, lifted into the clouds by the sun, then handed slowly back down to the river. The next time the lights flicker on around you, picture a quiet lake, leaning patiently on a wall, waiting its turn to fall through the dark and arrive as light. That's the cutaway.